Hi everyone, Miss Edna here, and welcome to my puppetry arts class. Today we're going to talk about the 5 basics of puppetry manipulation. 5 basics. The first one is entrance and exits. The second one is height. The third is eye contact. The fourth, lip synchronization. And the fifth is believable movements. So let's start with entrance and exits. You're going to take your puppet. Here's my little hand puppet here. You're going to take your puppet. You're going to hold it behind your shoulder and give it a little bounce, and you should walk up 4 steps. It's very important that it looks like the puppet is walking, okay? So 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, now if I had if I was behind a curtain, my arm would extend completely straight up like this on the 4th bounce. So behind your shoulder, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, to exit, you're going to turn your puppet, okay, so that it's diagonally across your body. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I call it cradle the baby, and then you can pull the hand out. So let's try that again. We're going to do a puppet up. 1, 2, 3, 4. The puppet then will turn and exit. 1, 2, 3, 4. The second rule is height. Now let's pretend that there's a puppet stage here, okay, and the puppet curtain, the edge of the curtain. The puppet should be, well, we'll imagine if a puppet had a belly button, would probably be around here. So the edge of the stage, okay, should be about where the puppet's belly button should be, okay? So if it's too low, you'll just see the head. Too high, you could see your arm. So right around there, where, if the puppet had a belly button, where it should be, okay? Then the next is eye contact. The puppets should look at each other or look at the human that they're talking to. So, hey, how you doing? Look, see, we're looking right at each other. Not looking up there, looking around, but looking at each other. If you are within a small group doing a small puppet show, then you probably have to bend your wrist a little bit so that you can look at the crowd of people. Or if it's a real large group and you're in an auditorium, then the puppet can look straight ahead, pretty much above people's heads, okay? So that they can look out that way, all right? So that is height. Then the fourth rule is lip synchronization. It should be a puppet should speak according to every syllable. Now notice my puppet's mouth is closed. Always start with your puppet's mouth closed. We're going to show you what happens later when the mouth is open. Start with the mouth closed. I'm going to do it with my bare hand, and it's going to be according to every syllable. So let's just say hello. 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 How many syllables is that? 2. 1, 2. Hello. So the puppet will say hello. 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 How are you? I am fine. Okay? So every syllable. Very important. Now, the fifth one is believable movement. So you can make things like yarning, scratching their belly, scratching their head. Okay, you just make these wonderful movements that your puppets can do. Okay, can dance around. Okay, and all that other kind of fun things that they can do. Okay, jumping jacks, whatever. Okay, they can even say their prayers. Yes, okay, good puppet. All right, so here are a couple of things that we should avoid. The first thing, remember we talked about making sure the puppet's mouth is closed. Well, puppets normally kind of go like this, all right? So they just naturally want to have their mouths open. So what you need to do, make sure your mouth is closed. But if if you start with the mouth open, then this is going to happen. It's going to snap down, or as we call it, biting your words. So try not to avoid that. Hello, nice to see you. Okay, we don't want to have that, all right? So instead, just have a small little pushing out movement like this. hello, how are you? Okay, and you can even bend your wrist a little bit to make it a little bit, because people, we don't talk straight like this, so we kind of talk with our head bounced a little bit. Hello, how are you? I'm fine. Nice to see you. All right, so just give a little bit more movement and make sure we always start with the mouth closed first so that we don't bite the words. Now, if we only move the top 4 fingers, the puppet looks like this. And as human beings, we don't really, and animals, animals also don't talk like this. And that's called flipping the lid, just moving the top part. So try not to flip the lid. Try the movement that I just said, that little slight push out, okay, so that it'll be easy for your puppet, okay, for you to manipulate your puppet. And another thing to avoid too is, I will tell you, even after me being a puppeteer for 25 years, if you haven't practiced for a long time sometimes, or for a while, your muscle right here will hurt so much, really, really bad. So when you're trying to hold up your puppet, all of a sudden that muscle will want to relax. That arm will want to relax. And so it'll keep relaxing and relaxing. And look what happens. The puppet goes down. We call that quicksanding. We don't want a quicksand. No. But what's a quick fix? Well, if you're behind a small stage, you can kind of just hold your arm up under your elbow this way. Maybe that might help from your, give you some more support. If you are behind a curtain, you can put your arm up like this, hold your elbow, and that could also help. Besides having help of a good person next to you to help hold your arm up, and just maybe get some weights and start building up that muscle, okay? Well, that's your lesson today of the 5 basics of puppet manipulation. Remember, the first one is entrance and exits. The second one is height. The third is eye contact. The fourth is lip synchronization. And the fifth one is believable movement. And the things that we need to avoid: biting our words, flipping the lid, and quicksanding. That's your puppet lesson for the day. And I'll be back to do some more. This is kind of fun. Okay, we'll see you soon.